Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month, teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching, as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out.
The number one thing an organization can do is to avoid something that I think is really at times unfair, but it really goes to the behavior associated with having good conversations. As dumb as that sounds, let me explain what I mean. So often in an organization, people are in meetings, they're running hard, we don't have time. And one of the pushbacks we get all the time is, if I only had more time to coach, I would really do it. When in fact, people are running hard, and sometimes they don't have time, and that puts the organization at risk. Here's how I'm going to illustrate that. I always make the joke when I do public speaking. We have to coach our top talent. Why? Headhunters and recruiters are not calling up organizations and saying, look, do you have any bottom feeders? You got any underperforming people? We don't want to touch your top talent because that would really be unfair to you. Now I bet you're laughing, right? It sounds ridiculous. Yet if we're not talking to our top talent, aren't they mentally, behaviorally, a little bit more vulnerable to listening to an outsider? Because we don't have time to talk to them? And this can be illustrated by a concept called the counteroffer. How often does top talent get an offer from an outside company, and what do? We've got to do whatever it takes to keep that person. We've got to counter them. We've got to provide a counter offer. And this is so unfair when you think about it. Because if you get to a point where you have to do a counter offer, you're in a reactionary mode. But what if you proactively called your top talent into the office and acknowledge all the good things they're doing? What if you called them into the office and your boss was sitting there and you praised the heck out of them? What if you sent a handwritten card home saying, look, I know we haven't spent a lot of time together. I wanted to let you know how much I value you. Those 30 to 60 to 90 second interactions build up a wall. And the people calling to see if they're interested in another opportunity can't get through because we've built a wall. The number one conversation we can use in organizations that will save organizations thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, as over the top as that sounds, think about the cost of rehiring people, training them, onboarding them. And all we have to do is make sure that we're conscientiously aware of our top talent and having good, positive, challenging conversations with them. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21 day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.